Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Modelo Blue White Players Show live here at the Penn State Golf Courses, the 19th hole bar. I'm with none other than Guy Godowski, Penn State hockey coach. What's going on, my man?
Nice
How are you?
to see you. That always gives me
right?
chills when you shake my hand.
You're like, why don't you wear your hockey gloves out here? I don't know why, dude.
I try to get my hand back after you shake it.
I always tell Guy, I said when I was a little kid, I met Dr. J, and he shook my hand up to my forearm. Then I was 30 years old, and I met Dr. J again, and his hand went up straight up my forearm. So pretty unbelievable.
Well, that's how I feel, shaking your hand.
I mean, this is like, what, our 6th, 7th year in a row we've been doing shows together.
Yeah.
Now we got to talk about it. We're on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Tooth.
I know.
We got to let everybody know.
I love that. I love
before
that
somebody's like, oh, my God, tell Guy his tooth fell out. Oh, my God. We don't want that.
It's a request.
It's a request.
You're the one that I appreciate that very much. I don't have to wear it here. I feel comfortable.
Exactly. Well, your players, they say, you're more comfortable without the tooth in.
I am. I don't speak very well. I lisp.
Just a little lisp. There's a little, hate the little.
No, there's a worse lisp when my tooth's in, though.
Well, I did have my friend who played, high school, whatever, prep hockey. He said his coach talked like this. And he said, guys, you got to crash the crease. Get out there and crash the crease. Let's go shoot the puck.
Exactly. Well, a lot of us do that, and there's a reason. It's an occupational hazard.
Absolutely. So, I mean, do I even know how did we lose it?
It was was
it a fight? Was it a game?
The first one was a stick. The second one was a fight. So the first one came out with a stick. I got it fixed. And then in a fight, it got knocked out, and there's another one that got knocked out next to it.
It's permanently in there, though.
I have to wait. There's another one is sort of dead, to be honest with you. And until I gotta wait till.
Was this?
The first one was out in the 93, 92.
It's good years.
Early 90s.
They were good years, buddy.
Yeah.
So, we talk about, I love, me. I love talking hockey with you and stuff like that. So, what an unbelievable year you guys just had end of last year. Then you break into the recruiting, and then we're starting up right now. Just absolutely fantastic going to the Frozen Four last year.
That was unbelievable.
Absolutely, because we were sitting here this time last year, and you were like, "We just got to catch a break."
Yeah, I was actually. Would you remember the month that? What month was that? Because I do remember the conversation, but I don't remember the month that it was.
The one that you said we're really, really close. I think that was last year. It was October, early November.
Yeah,
and you guys were struggling a little bit. You had to get a win.
Well, we came out. We came out of in conference play. We were 0-9. We hadn't won in 9.
Correct.
9. Like, think about that. There's only 24 games. Like, we were winless in 9.
But and then you sat here and you said, "But we're
true though.
Every one of these.
It's true. Well, we had played really well in different areas. So there's some games we played great offensively. And we'd lose by we'd let in 10.
Yeah.
We'd score 7 and let in 10. And then some games, like I remember specifically, Minnesota went to Minnesota. We outshot them 28-12. We lost 1-0 with 26 seconds left in the game.
Oh.
But you got to be. We outshot them 28-12.
Yep.
We could have scored goals, and we held Minnesota to 12. So defensively, we did very well also. So the coaches were thinking, man, like both our games, if we ever put them together, we could be really good. And the guys just believed that, for some reason, they took it over and put it together. And then you saw what happened.
Was it player-led?
100%.
Coaches-led?
No,
What's going on?
No.
You can always lead the old adage.
No, it was 100. No, it was 100% player-led, 100%. And what happened was the guys basically said, we're done. Like, we had played well, but we were losing. Mm-hmm. So guys are getting pissed off, rightly so, and frustrated, rightly so. And so are we. And it started to show. And then basically Carson Dick, Ben Schoen was unbelievable as well. And the other leadership group, they were great, but they stood up and they were like, look, that's it. We're not accepting any negativity. And so they were sending that message. And then at the same time, the volleyball team, like our women's volleyball team, went to the Final Four, and they were down 2-0. Yep. They were down 20. They're down 22-16, and they came back and won the thing. And I remember our players. I came in the locker room, and our players were like, how does that happen? And they're really curious. And I said, well, why don't we ask? So Coach Katie came in, and the guys were like, seriously, how did that happen? And she talked about positivity as well. And our guys went, wow, maybe there's something to that. And they just said, okay, let's do it. and the rest is history. It's unreal.
So the inspiration was not you ripping a tooth out with,
No.
with a pair of pliers.
Absolutely not. The coaching had absolutely nothing to do with this. Like, not even one bit of strategy, not one bit of personnel changes, not one tweak. It all 100% internally driven.
But you had done all the right stuff before. You would.
Well,
they had done all the work. You would promise them all this. I mean, we've all been on teams when you shouldn't win a game and you win, or you don't win a game that you should have won. It's frustrating, especially when you start stacking them.
True, but you know what's interesting? Like, hockey's like that though. Like hockey with goaltenders, referees, rubber pucks. Like a lot of crap can happen that the best team doesn't always win, right? So like. It's a really fickle game. It's a really, really fickle game, and you've got to have the mojo with you, or else you just don't have a chance.
Yeah, man. You guys got it going on right now. So we duck out of the Frozen Four. Go ahead.
What do
you got?
What's that? No, I was gonna.
You got. You have a little drink there. A little toastage. A little Modelo for the boys here.
No.
It's a little different when you have the coaches on the Blue White Players show. You can actually have a beer. You don't really want to rocking the beer with the athletes here. Yeah. So God forbid they don't do that. You know, we don't do that to them. So all right, so you get done the Frozen Four. You know, getting there was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Going to UConn and who was UMass?
Yeah, UConn and Maine. But you're right. It was amazing to get there. It was to get into the NCAA tournament was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, we were absolutely left for dead. There was a time we were like 40-something out of 64 in the pairwise. Everybody said it's over, like it's done. Like, not, like, seriously, next year, it's over. This is done. It's over next year. And the guys said, no.
It's not over.
It's not over, yeah.
John J. Rambo showed up. Nothing is over. I love it. So we get done the Frozen Four. You know, obviously it doesn't turn out the way we want it to. I mean, amazing.
No, great experience.
Central Michigan? They're the ones who won it?
Played. Western Michigan won it. We ended up losing to Boston U.
Correct. And then Western Michigan was like, they
beat
shouldn't.
They're really good.
A big upset, right?
Look, they're mean. They're tough. They had a great year. I don't think anybody was surprised.
Yeah. Okay. And you get done that, and then all the recruiting starts. You know, I mean, you had some NHL players on your team last year. So this was my theory that, you know, maybe that the NHL is looking at, say, you know, Godowski took care of our players when, you know, during their time at Penn State. Do we want to start sending some more there?
Well,
is that what
I think what happened is a lot of, like, the way the team, what they accomplished was really good, but how they accomplished it was even better. And they did it by pulling together, having a blast, playing like, you know how we play. Like, we play hard, aggressive, offensive hockey. And I think the way these guys did it, they saw how they were left for dead. No one gave them a chance. Yep. They came back, went to the Final Four. How did they do it? They did it with a bunch of great guys that love to play offense. Like, I think how it was done was really attractive to a lot of players that love hockey and want to play in the NHL. Like, they do. We let these, like, we play hard, we play fast, we play aggressive, we play offense, we play to score. And a lot of players love that. And I think that was a big factor in getting some of the big names that we got. Yeah.
Now, explain to me, give it to me in goon terms, a.k.a. layman's terms. The NHL, the major juniors up in Canada, they sort of changed. And they are allowing guys to play in college.
Got it. So that happened.
Yeah,
so that was
made
new.
It a little bit easier for guys to come down and play.
It's wild. Like, so what happened? There's been obviously a change in NCAA policies about NIL, you name it. So the past couple of years have
no way. I did not notice that. I had no idea that was a thing.
It's been very volatile. It's been extra volatile in hockey because this is the biggest rule change that has ever come across college hockey. Is exactly what you said is correct. That Canadian Hockey League players are now eligible to play in the NCAA. In the past, if you could choose, you could either go tier 2 where you still went to school and you didn't make any money and you're eligible for college, or you go tier 1, which you make some money. And because of that, and NHL teams send their like draft choices there, even after they have played a few, you know, you could play in the NHL, but go back to junior. That's why all those players were ineligible. So they just made a rule this past year that these players are eligible. And we heard it was going to happen. We weren't sure. But then when it did, I think what happened, Goon, is like the CHL was like, that's fine. Like, we'll lose, you know, the age outs that yeah, they may have got drafted, but they weren't going to sign a contract right away. And okay, we'll lose those guys. But never did they think that they were going to lose guys like Gavin McKenna. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. I mean, how did the McKenna thing come up? Because that was pretty much unheard of, right?
Unheard of.
Before.
Unheard of. Absolutely. Ever.
Okay. I would love to hear this story.
Well, so, we got to go back a little bit. So Jackson Smith is an NHL first round draft choice as well. And he was a guy that wanted to, he's 6'4". He's an absolute thoroughbred. He's a thoroughbred. He's one of the most beautiful skaters you'll ever see in your life, but he's 6'4". He's an NHL player all day long. And he did extremely well as a 17-year-old in the CHL. And he's like, look, I want to go I got drafted in the first round. Like, I want to get ready for pro hockey. Like, am I going to play against 16 and 17 and 18-year-olds, or I'm going to go to college and lift weights and get bigger, stronger, and play? That's what he wanted. So he came. Paid. And well, that's part of it.
So he was already a draft pick, right?
Jackson Smith was drafted after he committed to us. Okay, so
did he get picked? Did he sign an NHL contract? So he
no, he did not sign. He got drafted. So in college hockey, I think it's different in the NFL. Like in college football and college baseball is different, and even like college basketball. They're all different. So in college hockey, like, you can be drafted and play college hockey. So we have players that change your rights. And like Reese Laubach has been drafted by San Jose Sharks, and he's been playing up for us for a couple of years now. This is his third year. Same as Aiden Fink, drafted by Nashville. So you can be drafted in the NHL and play college hockey. Mm-hmm. And what happened was, now, because it's open, the players that really think that they want to play against bigger, stronger competition, and they want a scenario where they look at what Penn State has. Look at what we offer.
Nice facilities. It's better
facilities, personnel. Yeah. Strength and conditioning teams, research, development, nutrition. Yeah. Look at what Pat Kraft and the team has done for nutrition. I mean, it's incredible. So guys that understand that, that's a very attractive scenario for them.
I mean, and is it better hockey?
It is better hockey because we're finding out it is. Like, I don't think that's cocky to say. I mean, you look at, there's a lot of guys that were very successful in junior hockey, but you're playing against 16, 17, 18-year-olds. You come to college hockey, you're playing against men that have been lifting weights and having great nutrition. Like, yes, it is less games, higher intensity. So that I heard your
kid's like 37 years old playing defense for you guys right now. He's like Brad Marsh out there. He's almost grandfathered in with the non-helmet rule.
That is hilarious.
You
know what? That's so funny, because I played against Craig McTavish. You know that? He was the last guy, and I got a picture of me playing. I was with the Canadian national team facing off. For some reason, I had to face off against this guy. He's so tough, by the way. He's so tough. But I got a lot, so there's pictures of me against Craig McTavish, who's the last guy not to wear a helmet, which is pretty cool.
Well, this is what we used to do on the show. You came on the Goon and Sweeney show back in 2011.
Yeah.
I mean, you were starting to come down there. We had the T-shirts made, Guys Goons.
That's right. I have one. I have that.
Absolutely. Dude, I'll see somebody wearing them. Like,
it's
dude,
great.
that's awesome.
It's great.
So those who don't know, we actually made shirts for Guy back in the day called Guys Goons, and we had his caricature right there.
It was pretty. It was pretty accurate.
It was pretty good, man.
Yeah, it was good.
And then the NCAA and Penn State said, "You can't sell those," and we were like, "Well, I guess we got 3,000 T-shirts in our garage." So, some little town in South America. Well, maybe Jamaica might need them after this hurricane. We can send them down there, and they can all be Guys Goons down there. So, I want to get into the McKenna thing, obviously, because that is like. That's the next step of where the American hockey, the university hockey game.
Well, this is
going.
This is a big thing for college hockey, not just Penn State. It's Gavin's a different deal. He's a different deal than everybody. He's a generational. Yeah, let's be honest.
He is Sidney Crosby,
correct?
Wayne Gretzky type. Is he that
correct?
High?
Yes.
Oh, geez.
He's 17. Like, people, he's 17 and he's doing what he's doing. It's incredible, and we learn something new about him every week. Like, we knew his mind. Like, you can see, you watch him play, he thinks the game different. Like, you can just see it. Like, he manipulates time and space in a way that's wild. But then every week, like he's fast, and then you do tests, and you're like, oh my God, he's like really fast.
He's really big.
He's strong. But you look at him, I'm like, but then he's like really strong for his size.
Who's he compared to NHL wise?
Jeez, I don't think it's fair. Honestly,
I barely even watch
honestly,
it anymore.
He definitely has some Gretzky in him. Like, definitely the way he definitely the way he manipulates time and space is different.
See, that's what I've always been told. And that is that you watch Wayne Gretzky play, they said that he was three moves ahead.
Well,
now, please explain what you're saying.
Okay, so what
I know what you're saying.
So here's the deal. Like this is the best way I can explain it. Is
this kid's 17?
This is going to sound. He's 17. This is going to sound weird, but when I remember when I was in school, I was shown a video of what a human sees when he tries to hit the fly, and then I saw a video of what the fly sees when the human tries to hit it. That is the best way I can explain it. So this is what I mean by that, is that like it seems like our hands move super quick in the fly. How does he see it? And then to a fly, it looks like he can see every little detail and it's so slow.
Yeah.
So when Gavin just sees the game differently. And what I mean by like, there's times when I look and I'm like, oh my God, you're going to get body checked. You're going to get hit. Like there's traffic all around, like get rid of the puck. And he is so calm and he just takes time and he makes the simplest play. And you're like, how, like, I don't understand that. Yeah. And then there's other times when I think he's got all the time in the world, I'm like, oh, like you got all the time in the world, like go to, and he makes like a one-touch bullet pass between a space this big to someone. He just sees things. He sees different. I will tell you that for sure. Okay. That I know for a fact. However, he also, his edges are insane. His shot, which we saw his first goal in Arizona State, insane. Like he does a lot of other things. Exactly. Nice Sally. He does a lot of other things that are insane. Like his vision is different, but that's not all. There's a lot. He's really quick. He shoots it really well. And another thing. So I'll tell you this, like the backhand side of his stick is different than anybody I've ever seen in my life. Guaranteed.
So you got like a little Bobby Hull like wing to it or anything, like a little bend to it?
No, it's just to make plays on the backhand is difficult, and he makes ridiculous backhand plays so simple, and the puck is flat, and I cannot tell you how difficult that is.
Yeah,
that he makes it so. He sees it very differently, but there's way more layers to him.
Yeah, because I remember being a young kid and watching. You are an Alberta guy, so you saw Gretzky and the boys straight up. I saw them when they came in and beat the hell out of the Flyers in the Cup 3 years in a row, or two out of 5 years. So, and the old adage was that Wayne Gretzky and Sidney Crosby and Mario Lemieux, that type of guy, saw hockey 3 plays ahead, and they made the movements and stuff like that. That you're just like, how did he see that? How did he do that? So we're literally watching the future of the NHL.
Yeah, he's one of those players.
Is he ready to go to Philadelphia? Like, is he ready to go to Philly?
Well, you're gonna have to ask him. But
no. I mean, that's the reason he came to Penn State, because he's like, I'm either going to be on the sucky Penguins or the sucky Flyers. So either way,
Penguins aren't sucking that much, though.
Well, let them suck all they want.
They're not sucking that much right now. They're doing pretty well.
Let them keep winning.
Yeah, they're doing. Yeah, exactly. I know there's players. Yeah, I saw a sign that it was like, "What are you guys doing?" They had a 72 sign. What are you guys doing when they were winning? But anyway,
let's take a break right now. We're going to come back here with a little more from Guy Gadowski on the Modelo Blue White Players Show, live here from the Penn State Blue Course.
WFXS, once again. Your sports radio. Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA Sports Authority. WFXS America. 98.7, the Fox State College.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
The Center Hall Farm Store has been serving Center County and beyond for well over a half century. A small family business, the Center Hall Farm Store specializes in animal nutrition and manufactures its feed fresh using local ingredients. Get the best in horse, cow, pig, chicken, and bird feeds. If you're not already a customer, stop in and see why so many of your neighbors are. The Center Hall Farm Store at 110 West Allison Street in Center Hall, or call us at 814-364-1393.
Two of the top names in local printing have combined to serve you better. King Printing of State College has merged with theprinters.com, forming one of the 400 largest printers in America. Combining traditional offset printing and digital workflow techniques, theprinters.com can print, assemble, package, and ship to anywhere in the world, all with the same high quality customers have known and trusted for over 50 years. Buy local and save. Get started today at theprinters.com.
With a Timber Kids savings account, you can start to save money, earn prizes, and teach your kids the value of savings. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Building futures is what we do at TFCU.
You really need to belong to a credit union. You belong at TFCU, Timberland Federal Credit Union, a credit union you can grow with.
You're tuned in to the Blue and White Players Show with Keith Goon Conlon and Glendon Tengwall, broadcasting live from the 19th hole at the Penn State Golf Courses every Monday at 6 p.m. all season long. Special thanks to this season's sponsors of the Players Show: Lusk & Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Turner Construction, Austin and Pam Schanfelter, Chris and Lisa Heydrich. Now back to more of the Blue and White Players Show.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Modelo Blue White Players Show with Coach Guy Godowski. So, Guy, I mean, we got, obviously we're talking about Mr. McKenna here, Mr. 17-year-old stud here.
Yeah.
Off the air, he's telling us stories. And I'm just like, this is amazing because, I mean, I remember watching Wayne Gretzky growing up and then seeing I was at Mary Lemieux's first game in the Spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's friend who bought us, he looked at me and says, this is the next one. This guy's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and he's like, he's 18. And I'm like, oh, my God. I said, he's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the biggest guy out
he was
there.
very different than Gretzky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Very different.
And then you bought in my guy. I mean, I don't want to say it, but Lindros was a combination of them all. And God,
he was physically, but like Mario, but I don't think he had the vision of Gretz.
No,
I'm not going to give him that. And he's fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't mean to take anything away from him, but Gretzky's a different animal.
I mean, what about the damn Penguins? I mean, they had like 4 generational talents in like 15. It's like, come on,
it's incredible.
Top 15 players all time. They got 3 or 4. I mean, you're like,
yeah, it's
really?
incredible.
Some bullcrap, man. So I want to talk about.
Well, you guys had Bobby Clark, so that makes.
I know. I saw something today. Well, we just lost Bernie Perrant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just saw something today. It was like one of those Instagram or one of the things that come through on your Facebook or Twitter page. And it was like 1972 Summit Series, and they're like,
I remember that, man.
I'm like, midst of the Cold War, and you're sitting there, and I'm like, I know what happened.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Bobby Clark. And oh, my God.
They show Bobby Clark just going down and just two-handing.
Karlamov, right? Karlamov, yeah. Talk about old-time hockey. Like, that's old-time hockey.
Yeah,
people don't.
No suspension. They were just saying there was no suspension involved, no fine.
I don't know if he got a penalty, did he?
I don't think so. The referee wasn't looking, so. If that was in Russia, I don't know what would have happened to Bobby. So probably would have been the best thing for the Flyers if he got left off there.
Yeah, I know.
Wasn't exactly a great general manager.
When you talk about that, Gretz, I will tell you something because you said explain like in goon terms. I will tell you something, and then maybe people can relate. But if you've never played if you've played the game at all, you might relate to this. I remember when I was a kid, I was watching an Oiler game. And Gretzky, what happened? He used to set up behind the net a lot. You remember that? Okay, exactly. He set up in his office, and all he did is he stepped out and he hit like Yari Curry in the slot for a goal. Didn't think much of it. And what I used to do is I used to listen to the radio after the game. And he was interviewed, and he asked about that goal. And this is what he said. He said, well, I knew that, Curry was covered in front, but I saw Paul Coffey coming in from the point, and I knew that if I pretended not to see Paul Paul would call my name, and when Paul called my name, I knew the defenseman covering Curry would look at Coffee, and so I pretended not to see him. And when he called my name, that's when I passed it. And I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, can you imagine? Like, that is so beyond." I played a pretty high level.
Yeah.
Like that, it is so beyond.
And you're hanging on just to be there, right?
Like that's just. And he didn't even realize he didn't realize what he was talking about was different. Yeah. Like he just doesn't. That's normal to him. But that's sort of how I explain this. That's awesome. Like he just sees different stuff.
Amazing. So, Guy and I, we've had a great relationship. How long have you been here?
11.
12,
so
11?
It's 11. Came here in 2011.
Wow. 14 years we've been doing this show. Me and you.
Yeah.
It's great. And he loves coming on the show every year. I'm like, Guy, you on next week? Yeah, let's do it. So, dude, we have been talking now. I'm telling you, we've been talking for how many years since the day I met you about getting a damn game in Beaver Stadium.
Oh, we have. You know what? You've probably asked me that in 2011. You probably asked me that.
I absolutely did. I said, why are we not have Flyers, Penguins, this is when they were still they were both pretty damn good. The Pens were still going to win 2 more cups. The Flyers were somewhat competitive at that point. I mean, they actually could skate and they could play the game a little bit.
Wow.
But, I've been asking you, and I mean, I've gone to the point where we're like, we had the, meeting Terry Pagula and saying, why don't we do 3 teams, 3 games?
Yeah, because you want to include, exactly.
Friday night would be Flyers, Pens, or Friday Sabres. Saturday night could be Flyers, Penguins, and then Sunday could be Penguins, Sabres.
Yeah.
And then like, they won't. NHL will never agree to that. They yada yada yada. I was like, why not?
You know what? It's funny because I know you might have been the very first to ask me about that, but I cannot tell you. I've been asked it, and I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of times. I every time I meet an alumni
3-team thing.
No,
okay.
The Beaver Stadium thing.
Yeah.
Like I've been asked that probably more than any other question since I got to Penn State. When are you going to play an outdoor game in Beaver Stadium? I get it all the time and consistently. Yeah. I got it from 2011 and I got it last year.
Whoever started that rumor is a genius because it's 15 years old.
Well, and it's finally coming to fruition.
But this is like it's a niche sport in both of the cities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're football towns that have really good hockey teams.
Yeah.
So you sort of have that like blend over, but like we talk about all the time, like what would Calder Alley look like at 2:00 in the morning with Flyers and Penguins fans leaving the bars? I mean, blood would be flowing. I don't know. We've always said it.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that you're playing Sparty up there.
Well, they're the number 1 team in the nation.
Absolutely. And you got a great rivalry going with those guys.
They deserve it. They've done a great job. They deserve it. They are the number 1 team in the nation. And the fact, why not? If we're going to do this, play at Beaver Stadium, something iconic, why not do it as big as you can?
And I will say this. The tickets are they're reasonably priced. I'm not going to lie.
Is that right?
If you're willing to freeze your ass off,
I heard. Wait a minute.
I was out there December 21st last year.
Wait a minute. I heard you bought a suite.
I got those 2 guys.
I heard you
there.
Bought a suite, and I mean, yeah, that's.
Reasonable
is
73 degrees in that suite. You know what I mean?
Jeez,
I don't want it to get to like 74 or 70. We got to keep it at a standard 73.
It's going to be pretty incredible. Honestly, it's so many people have been waiting this for so long. I am so grateful that I get to be here when it happens. I am so grateful.
I got a hat for you.
You do?
I got to give him that Russian
that would be great.
Yeah, it's the
what do they call that? What do they call it?
I was going to say babushka, but it's not.
It's
like
babushka. I know what you're talking about.
But I had the Penn State logo on it. I had one that fit my head
really?
that somebody stole from me. I don't know who the hell's wearing it. Maybe a grizzly bear. Because there's no one else that's going to fit.
But I can't wear your hat. Your hat.
I know.
It would be an entire. That would be like an entire jersey on me.
Here's the deal. So this guy came over from it was the Soviet Union. He was a KGB guy, military guy, and he had all of these black hats with the flaps that go down, and it's real bear. There's no doubt about it. And they had the star in it. He pulled the star and put a Penn State logo in it.
Wow.
It's the warmest thing you'll ever put on in your life.
Really? I got to borrow that. But it would be, honestly, it would be like a jersey for me. It would cover my whole body.
No, it's just a smaller one.
Your head, did it fit your head?
Not this one I'm giving you. The one somebody stole from me. It's gone. It's gone.
Right,
somebody. It's on top of a keg somewhere, keeping a keg warm. Probably.
It barely fits on the keg too.
It's stretched to fit the keg. You know what I mean? So
not much.
Ooh, baby. So, I mean, I have the hat for you.
Okay.
It's perfect. It's going to be great. So, I want to know, how did this come about? I mean, I know we've talked about it. The Flyers fans. So, the NHL, they've never talked about it. I don't know. You probably
well, maybe they have. I mean, look, this is way above my pay grade. All I can tell you
NIL pay grade or just straight pay grade?
No, this is
right,
way
well,
beyond
big difference
way beyond me. I will tell you this. So Vinny James, obviously Pat is heavily involved in this. I don't know when they decided they were going to do this, but they're not afraid to bite off a lot. I don't know if you know that.
I love them.
Yeah. And so they bit this off. Let's just do it. And I honestly, I don't want to speak for them, but I think the fact that, so we had a great experience at Wrigley Stadium, right? So in Chicago, the 6 teams, and they were like, look, they had a great showing at Wrigley. It was great outdoor games. You know what? We're going to do it better with just Penn State. I don't know. I think that was part of their motivation. They just said, go for it. So I know Vinny has been working really, really, really hard on this, really hard. The fact that he got it done in the time he did just blows my mind. And I'm
the new Penn
extremely grateful.
Yeah. And I'm very grateful for the new Penn State.
Yeah,
saying, you know what, let's do this.
It's incredible.
The old Penn State was, how do we not do this? And the new Penn State is, let's do this.
They're
and I love
doing
that.
it. They bit off a lot.
I got to know, are we going vertical across the field, or are we going to go right in the middle of the field?
You know what? I know it's changed once or twice, so I'm not going to speak for Vinny.
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay. And are they going to sell every seat in the building? So the upper tiers are going to be sold? You don't know?
Honestly, when people ask me about it, I'm like,
you're
hey,
just the eye candy.
I am not. That's not my pay grade. That is not my pay grade. I am showing up where they tell me to show up. But I cannot believe they're getting this done. I'm pumped. So pumped.
Well, I mean, I try to put 2 and 2 together because somebody's like, what time do you think the game's going to be? I said, well, they play at 7 o'clock the night before. I highly doubt they're going to be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, it's not.
You're going to be
right.
about 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Would be really warm.
Well, that's why I need the hat. That's why I need the hat.
That's where we will be in the suite. You could look up there and give me a little point like this. Like, hey,
then all that money you paid for, I was going to be like, yeah, that is well worth it.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. So, I mean, you were just, so Vinny, God bless him. Vinny's the kind of guy, you say he's going to do something, he does it. I love that about him. So they said, what do you think about playing a game outside? And you're like,
yeah, it's funny. He asked me, he was like, hey, by the way, what do you think? I was like, oh, well, never happened. You can't, people have been talking about that. I think I told him, yeah, I get that all the time, but yeah, sure. And right away, hey, do it. And it's done. I can't believe it. It's going to be awesome.
I got to know. I mean, what goes into it? I mean, you got
oh, my God, so much. No. It's so much.
You bringing Alan back?
Do we bring
you got to bring Alan back to work for you? God,
hey, dog, they're going to have to. Someone's going to have to work on the ice. Yeah. Honestly,
shout out to Alan Weiser, my man.
Yeah. I got to tell you, that's true. The ice itself is a huge issue. The ice itself is huge. There's multitude of many other huge issues, but that's a huge issue on itself.
Absolutely. What if it's sunny?
They're figuring it out.
And then there's those spots that go on the ice and stuff like that, and there's always the little blue, like the Miracle on Ice.
Yeah. You
ever watch Miracle on Ice? There's that little blue spot
absolutely,
at the end. Like, what's going on? There's a puddle down there.
Absolutely.
Puck goes in at 90 miles an hour and stops.
I think it's amazing. I saw the pre-sales is incredible. How great is Penn State that the support that they're giving for this? It's just incredible.
Yeah,
it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I got literally. I mean, I got 25 people coming up from Philadelphia just for the game.
Are they all going to fit in your suite?
Nope. I got 20 in there. The other 5 are you get your ass outside. Go get cold. I hope you dress warm.
No, they're going to try to get your hat.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, I have been looking forward to that for so long. And you know what? It's probably going to be a hard look because it's it's a hockey ice on a football field.
It's an iconic football. It's not just a football field.
But we got to put the dimensions together here.
Yeah.
When I come out in the football field, when I have people that I say, okay, let's go on the sidelines, and I'll bring them on the sidelines, and I'll be like, here's the deal. I say, come out the tunnel, and you're like, holy crap. And you're just like, the lights are going, the fireworks are going, this and that. And I say, here's the deal. Look straight ahead at the double section of the new 1991 edition up there. and I say, look at the person in the top row, and they're literally like a salt speckle.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how big this place is.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to see what the hockey is going to look like on there and how the fans are going to be.
Yeah,
I mean, has Sparty, have they reached out to you at all? Like, hey.
Oh, they're incredibly, I think they're as grateful as we are.
Their fans are coming in too?
I don't know. I am talking about that, but I can tell you this. Like, everybody involved in the program right now is incredibly grateful that we are here at the time they're going to do this. Like, it's an incredible thing. I've been hearing about it for 15 years, and to get it done, I'm so thankful that I get to be here.
It's going to be such a fun time.
I can't wait. Like, honestly, I'm just pumped for it.
Yeah. So, I'm already doing like 100 days out from the weather. What's the weather going to be like that day? Because that's we're talking about tailgate and stuff like that. I mean, we did the tailgate last year.
They will.
I know. We did the tailgate last year for the SMU game. That was December 21st.
How cold was it?
We were in a suite, so I was good. I said, I got there.
How did you get so soft?
These guys.
You got so soft.
How do we go in? Unless they call my name, I don't go into the field.
All right.
That's the only time I go out to the field.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, it's just, I mean, I just can't wait for it because it's going to be so much fun. Because I was telling somebody the other night, like, they don't know hockey, and I'm like, just go to a game.
Yeah, it's an event.
You need to watch the game live. I mean, my wife, I took her to one game with you, a couple Flyers games, and a couple of Joe Bog hooked me up with Sabres tickets. But the the Flyers tickets I had, they were literally the front row.
Oh, at that level, like it's a different speed.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's way different than you watch on TV.
Who was the Brendan Boyle, right?
Big
for
guy,
the Rangers.
big guy.
He played for the Rangers for a while.
He's he's
and
really big guy.
Him and Little Wayne Simmons fought.
Well, he's not that little.
I know, but I just call him Little
compared
Wayne.
to Brian, he is.
But the two of them.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there going, "Oh my God, these guys are huge." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And they're like, "They're gonna go." You watch them, and Simmons can throw.
Yeah,
he never really was.
But he's big.
He's big.
Yeah.
So we're watching this, and like, you hear the whistling, the screaming, the yelling, and the puck hitting the sticks. You are not going to duplicate it in any sport. Any sport. I mean, I remember being. I may have said this to you when, like, the first time we had been on the radio in 2010 or 11. I remember going down to the Philadelphia Sixers, and I was on like the ground level, and it was Darryl Dawkins playing, and Dr. J, and all those guys. And I remember just how the sound of how physical it was. And this is a basketball game.
Yeah.
This is a basketball game. And then they go to a hockey game, and you hear the stick, you're coming across the ice. You hear the guy, putting the brakes on, and then he snows the goalie and all that. You're like, you don't learn all the rules until you watch it a while. But the noises, it's unbelievable. And then, like, we're watching from the front row, and there's the water's beating down off the glass, and it's just like, this is an unbelievable experience. And you can see some guy, hand in hand is playing goal, and you got Red Dunlop chasing him around out there.
But what's different about when you're on the glass, like how when you're
I know I am trying to slip it in.
when you're on the glass though, like you really get a feel for how fast it is. Like when you're up top, like it looks fast, but you're like, oh, why don't you pass it there? And then you go down the glass, and you're like, how can they see anything? Like, you got guys moving 30 miles an hour trying to kill you.
And that is the NHL. That is the highest level you get.
It's insane.
You go watch the college game, and it's a little tick below, but you still hear the sounds, and it's damn amazing.
Yeah, it's fun.
Absolutely love it.
It is fun.
My man. I love it, guy.
Thanks for having me.
Another half hour you in?
I'm
just you're going to help more beer. So, hey, thank you a lot for the guy Godowski here. We're going to come back here. Me and Chris Buchanan are going to close this up and talk about the rest of the season coming up here on the Modelo Blue White Players Show here live from the Penn State Golf Course.
WFXS, once again. Your sports radio. Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA Sports Authority. WFXS America.
98.7 The Fox State College.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
The Center Hall Farm Store has been serving Center County and beyond for well over a half century. A small family business, the Center Hall Farm Store specializes in animal nutrition and manufactures its feed fresh using local ingredients. Get the best in horse, cow, pig, chicken, and bird feeds. If you're not already a customer, stop in and see why so many of your neighbors are. The Center Hall Farm Store at 110 West Allison Street in Center Hall, or call us at 814-364-1393.
Two of the top names in local printing have combined to serve you better. King Printing of State College has merged with theprinters.com, forming one of the 400 largest printers in America. Combining traditional offset printing and digital workflow techniques, theprinters.com can print, assemble, package, and ship to anywhere in the world, all with the same high quality customers have known and trusted for over 50 years. Buy local and save. Get started today at theprinters.com.
With a Timber Kids savings account, you can start to save money, earn prizes, and teach your kids the value of savings. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Building futures is what we do at TFCU.
You really need to belong to a credit union. You belong at TFCU, Timberland Federal Credit Union, a credit union you can grow with.
You're tuned in to the Blue and White Players Show with Keith Goon Conlon and Glendon Tengwall, broadcasting live from the 19th hole at the Penn State Golf Courses every Monday at 6 p.m. all season long. Special thanks to this season's sponsors of the Players Show: Lusk & Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Turner Construction, Austin and Pam Schanfelter, Chris and Lisa Heydrich. Now back to more of the Blue and White Players Show.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Blue White Players Show, the Modelo Blue White Players Show, live at the Penn State Golf Courses. So I got the Booch.
Yeah, Landon a little under the weather tonight, unfortunately.
I'm telling you, he makes fun of Aeneas being locked in the elevator. Look what happens. It's called
karma. Yeah, no doubt.
There's a lot of karma coming out this season.
Little too much, although it hit my boy Brian Kelly this week, and I can't say I'm too disappointed about it.
Oh, did you hear? He's interviewing for UCLA.
Good, that's fine.
And he's
that's
like, yo, man, we're like totally tubular. It's like, I'm so happy to be here at UCLA, man. You know what I mean?
As long as he doesn't use any kind of Pennsylvania accent, I'm good to go. Keep him as far away from this place as possible,
doesn't visit
please.
Penn State to interview for the job. That's all I ask.
Complete scumbag.
Hey, who do you want to be Penn State coach? Anybody but Brian Kelly.
Yes, sir. Amen.
So, I mean, we've started this show. I've been doing radio shows. I got to talk to Guy. We've been doing them since 2008-9.
That was great, by the way, as always.
With him?
Yeah.
It's my guy.
No pun intended.
He's just skating out there. He's out there crashing the creek. Say Gagadowski with his missing tooth. So I was the one who started it. And, when we had his player on earlier this year, he's like, hey, he doesn't like wearing the tooth at all. He'd rather just talk without it.
It's a real hockey guy.
He was. So I'll just give you the backstory, and that he was on the Goon and Sweeney show back when it was the G-Man back in the day before the scandals happened here, and we just started talking, and he was like, "Yeah, who are these football player mutants and stuff like this?" And then Sweeney didn't know that much about hockey; he knew just enough to break my chops and this and that. But I was like in his ear, and I was like, first of all, what the Edmonton Oilers had when he was growing up in Alberta, Western Canada, was just like, there was a fully drafted team. 7 Hall of Famers that were drafted in a 3-year window.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Like that's Pittsburgh
Ridiculous.
Steeler type 1970.
1970 Steelers, yeah.
Like that's ridiculous. So I mean, if the 70s
And they
Steelers,
had that kind of dynasty up there in Edmonton too.
Yeah, and then we see Paul Coffey he leaves there and goes with Mario. McSorley goes down with Mario. Just like they just worked their way down, but it was just
A
unbelievable.
lot of crossover between Philly and Pittsburgh back in that era. Because Paul Coffey had a lot of nice years with Philadelphia also.
Yeah, always towards the end of the career though. That was the Philadelphia curse.
Wow.
Like with the Chris Pronger, we wanted him 20 years ago, but we're going to get him now when he's 57 years old.
Yeah,
it's going to be fantastic. So no, but I'm serious. I mean, there are people that you root for, and then there's Guy Gadowski.
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's nothing I would not do for that guy. He's like literally the nicest guy you've ever met in your life.
Well, you know what I love about Coach? He clearly gets what it means to be here at Penn State and to be a Nittany Lion versus I'm coaching college hockey. I'm the head coach of a major program. No, I'm the head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and that means something to him. And therefore, that means something to me. So like you said, who would you crawl over broken glass for?
No doubt.
Somebody who bleeds blue and white.
Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind I would do that for him.
And to bring it back around to the coaching search, that's a lot of the word coming out of Baton Rouge right now is that Brian Kelly went down there and he was happy to be drawing a paycheck. He was happy to be a head coach in the SEC because he thought that that carried the prestige, right? He never got what it meant to be a Tiger. Right? He wasn't an LSU guy.
Oh.
I never understood that fit from day one. I thought it was a weird fit for Brian Kelly. I thought it was a weird fit for LSU.
Les Miles worked there. Les Miles is the Michigan guy.
Yeah, but you know what? You don't have to be from there.
He was more of a chameleon.
Right? You get Joe Paterno from Brooklyn. You got Bill O'Brien from Boston. Both Brown guys. Maybe we should just go see who's coaching Brown right now and hire that guy.
Is there anybody playing up there that we could have, like a coach in waiting?
But those two guys came here and they got it instantly, right?
Loved it.
So
I loved
you
your
don't
article
have to,
a couple weeks ago, by
thank
the way.
you. You don't have
Very
to
good
be.
article.
You don't have to be from there. You have to get. Nick Saban wasn't from Louisiana either. But
now you have to realize that
you either get there and you appreciate it or you don't. And all of that is to bring it back around and say when Penn State hires the next guy, they have to include in the long list of criteria that they're using to evaluate who they hire. Is it someone who's going to be happy here or somebody who, if you don't like rural Pennsylvania, you don't like the Northeast, you keep it moving. Yeah. Because you're not going to be happy and you're not going to do your best work.
If this is what you wear, if this isn't Mecca, if this isn't your top spot, then don't come. You know what I mean? It's like if this is hallowed ground to a lot of people.
Sure.
But you're right. It gets into your blood. Some would call us a cult. I mean, I have a lot of friends from Philadelphia who are like, Penn State fans are absolutely crazy maniacs.
You know what?
And I'm like, you don't spell. I mean, you're an Eagles fans going to tell me that we're we're crazy.
Look, that criticism's leveled at every big time program. There's a short list of schools that can realistically contend for a national championship. Now, look, I don't know. Maybe that's all about to be upset in the NIL transfer portal era. We'll see what Kurt Signetti in Indiana has to say about it this season. But as we sit here today, there's a short list of programs that can realistically contend for a title. Penn State's one of them. That cult accusation gets thrown around at all of them in their own way. Whatever. Michigan, Alabama, Texas A&M, they hear it all the time. And you know what? Look, from the outside, I'm not going to lie. Texas A&M looks weird to me. All that stuff, it seems really strange. But you know what? If you're going to be down there in College Station, you're going to be coaching the Aggies, you better love it. You better appreciate it.
And we call ourselves out. I mean, we're different. We're out in the country and stuff like that. We're, a couple hours from the biggest cities. And that's the same thing. And it's the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And some people like that. Some people like college towns.
Some people don't like that.
What State College has to offer.
I mean,
and if you don't like it, there's plenty of other coaching jobs out there.
I want to talk about your article. I'm not going to sit here and bash James Franklin at all because I love what he did for Penn State. I love where we were going, and we got to that point, but it was just like something happened, and it just soured really fast.
It did.
I think it soured over the summer with what we're hearing, some stuff that happened.
So I was talking about this a little bit earlier today on the radio, I do wonder whether, you hear about, Landon's talked about Phil Troutline kind of looking at, maybe moving on to the NFL, but decided to come back for one more season and coach his guys up because he's so many upperclassmen. I kind of am now getting the vibe like James and maybe a lot of the staff were thinking like last year was the peak. That was the run. And then maybe you think about breaking the band up after that and the way it ends. And then you get all these players who want to come back for one more bite of the apple. And everybody, maybe they were convincing themselves they were ready to get back in the saddle and do it again, but their heart wasn't there. Head was, heart wasn't. And over time, man, that's going to catch up to you. And it's such a slim margin of error business. There are so many teams out there that are competing so hard. You don't have to slip a lot. You can just slip a little. And all of a sudden, here we are.
I think Terry said it the best. And that was, you know what? Last year, the ball bounced our way 3 different games. 3 games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's 3 games we should have lost last year that this year we did not get a bounce. We have not gotten a bounce as of yet. You know what I mean?
Or when we do get a bounce, we still can't finish it off.
Yeah,
like we did in Iowa.
it's like but you know what I mean? It's just like the ball went our way. Like I told you before about Joe, when I've seen Joe in Notre Dame in 2006 or 7, when he looked at me and he was just like, it's like that some games.
Yeah.
Is what he said to me. And I was like, okay. This guy's been around the block 7 million times here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So here I am sitting there, and he's saying, you know what? The ball bounces your way sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. And this is that year. It just not bounced our way. It's a shame how it ended with James, and people were like, well, why didn't you let him finish the season? And I would say this, and that is that you were on my radio show the Thursday before Northwestern. And I said, if we don't come out fired up, playing with pride, toughness, and, some kind of school spirit or, playing tough, then I'm done. Then you got to get rid of James and blow it all up. We go out and lay an egg against Northwestern and it doesn't look like we wouldn't want to be there.
Yeah, look,
why'd you fire? Why was James fired so soon? Because at least let him finish this season. No.
Didn't he have his interview live in his post-game press conference when Audrey Snyder asked him, do you still want to be the coach at Penn State? And he wouldn't answer the question. So listen, I don't want to belabor the point. But when he went on ESPN College Game Day and said he was shocked he got fired, that's a lie. The guy was lying.
Total lie.
He knew he had coached his last game at Penn State before he walked out the tunnel after the Northwestern game. But anyway, so that's a topic for another day.
It is. But
you may find this hard to believe.
Talking.
Yeah, you might find this hard to believe. I'm getting a little tired of talking about James Franklin at this point.
But then, I don't want to talk about who we're going to get because I don't know.
No, but here's
I think that if it was going to be somebody who's not been coaching, i.e. Nick Saban, John Gruden, John Gruden and Urban Meyer, they would have been here. They would have been announced by now. I personally believe.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Because
although
it is not coaching.
I'm not. I don't think it's going to be any of those guys. No, but those negotiations will probably take a while. And listen, I think you're probably right. But also keep in mind, and this is kind of where I wanted to go to wrap up today because we only got a few more minutes.
I talk too much. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Everybody is keeping their powder dry because we are in the midst of what is going to easily, without close competition, be the craziest coaching carousel in the history of college football. Because let's talk about what's open right now.
And where
Florida,
are we? And where are we?
Penn State.
Where do you rank them?
LSU. Top 3.
I'd say Florida, LSU, Penn State. UCLA. Arkansas 4, UCLA 5.
I would put.
Are we ahead of Florida or?
Well, first of all, I'd put Virginia Tech ahead of
UCLA. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you put them ahead of Arkansas? I'm going to say no because of the SEC.
Yeah, I would. I would. No, I would because I think it's easier to go to the playoffs in the ACC than it is from Arkansas. Arkansas, you're at the bottom of the pile at Arkansas, and you got to fight and claw your way up through the SEC.
Because everybody's like, he's going to go an SEC school. I say, why? James should go to an ACC school.
It will be an interesting question of his ego versus the pragmatism of the easiest path to the playoffs. I think the best spot for James, bar none, I don't even think it's close, is Stanford. I think that is a great spot for him. I think he could win there. I think he could probably get to the playoffs there. And I think he'd be happier because unlike State College, where the economy is dependent on the success of Penn State football and life is dictated by the pace of Penn State University, Palo Alto, that guy can be a celebrity when he wants to be and then anonymous the rest of the time. Nobody cares about Stanford football in Silicon Valley. So I think he'd be happier there. I think he could succeed there. I don't know if his ego will allow him to lower himself to taking the Stanford job.
But you don't think he could do that from a Virginia Tech? That's in the middle of nowhere also.
I think he could, but if you weren't happy in State College, Blacksburg ain't the place you want to go.
It's the same place.
The only thing different is that the expectations at Virginia Tech are not what they are here.
And I'm going to say,
he clearly chafed at anyone expecting
but there's not travel
better
from
results.
Virginia Tech to the ACC as there is from Stanford to the ACC. You got to come across the country a whole ton.
They got to go across the country to play Cal and Stanford, just like.
I know that, but if he's coaching Stanford,
I know.
He's
well,
going across
he'll have a longer runway in Palo Alto.
He'll have a longer runway in Blacksburg too.
Can I also just point out? Listen, I understand the urge to rank Florida and LSU ahead of Penn State. I get it. They're all clustered up together.
More.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
SEC, it just means more.
You do raise a good point that the path to the playoffs out of the Big Ten is probably easier than the hardest path out is the SEC. LSU has 3 championships. Everybody looks at that and say, man, 3 different coaches, 3 different titles, especially the last 2. They are the weirdest, flukiest confluence of luck and circumstances. You have the crazy 2-loss Les Miles team, 2-loss national champion in 2007. And then you're never going to get a collection of talent like Eddie O had. Yeah. So I am getting the finger wag that we got to get out of here, Goon.
Oh,
it was fun, as always.
Well, geez, Louise.
Playing the part of Landon Tengwall tonight.
Right?
But let's just throw it to a break and thank everybody for tuning in.
I really appreciate everybody. That was a great show with Guy Godowski all the time. Get your
Guys,
tickets. They're online right now. Let's go get the Buckeyes this week. I mean, what do you think this week? Just go out there and just try to keep it safe. I mean, I'm going out there I'm going there, so we're going out there with 0 expectations. So you never know.
It's probably the same amount of points we'll come away with.
You never know.
So join us again here at the Penn State Golf
Thank
Courses next week on the Modelo Blue and White Players Show. We're out.
There we go.
WFXS, once again. The Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA Sports Authority. WFXS America.
98.7, The Fox, State College.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
The Center Hall Farm Store has been serving Center County and beyond for well over a half century. A small family business, the Center Hall Farm Store specializes in animal nutrition and manufactures its feed fresh using local ingredients. Get the best in horse, cow, pig, chicken, and bird feeds. If you're not already a customer, stop in and see why so many of your neighbors are. The Center Hall Farm Store at 110 West Allison Street in Center Hall, or call us at 814-364-1393.
Two of the top names in local printing have combined to serve you better. King Printing of State College has merged with theprinters.com, forming one of the 400 largest printers in America. Combining traditional offset printing and digital workflow techniques, theprinters.com can print, assemble, package, and ship to anywhere in the world, all with the same high quality customers have known and trusted for over 50 years. Buy local and save. Get started today at theprinters.com.
With a timber